doesn't have... I mean, he does have proper production facilities, but not really taking advantage of that. And this one tank is going to go ahead and get surrounded, and this Thor is in danger of being surrounded. Once again, these Zerglings are just rushing in here, doing a great job of getting inside of the siege tank's line of fire, trying not to be shelled desperately. So we do have 2 Thors moving up here online, and these Thors are going to be able to really deal a lot of damage to these Mutilas, especially with them balled up the way they are. So it looks like this high yield is going to go down, and we have these Mutilas trying to snipe these tanks. Are they going to be able to get it? Yes, I do believe so. These Thors are just too far away to really ward them off. So is CheckPrime going to... CheckPrime is just basically going to eat all of the reinforcements that Hansin has rallied to his front door, forcing Hansin back. And a lot of these Mutilas really aren't feeling so swell right now, so it's really going to be interesting to see if CheckPrime is going to be able to keep all of them alive while forcing Hansin back. Now, you see that Hansin pulled all of his forces back, even though Hansin had quite the advantage at that point. If Hansin had chose to move forward, it would have been somewhat of a base trade, but Hansin does have missile turrets coming online, so he will be able to ward off a lot of these Mutalisks, and meanwhile he can just go ahead and build up his marine forces while he persecutes CheckPrime's main base. But instead he does choose to fall back and try to protect what he has left. He has a barely populated mineral line here for his natural, and a little bit of lag there, and we see this distance mining going on at the high yield. And there are 3 turrets online, but they are not going to be able to protect this command center, which is trying to become a planetary fortress. It is in its youth, trying to bud and become a beautiful, deadly planetary fortress, but it is not... Well, maybe. Yes, all these SCVs do pitch in and try to heal it. And as Hansin's army does move up, these Thors, of course, really just eking to finish off a lot of these Mutalisks. Over half of them are halfway 1 foot in the ground, in the grave. So we do see Hansin moving out here into the middle of the field, and we just have CheckPrime coming in here, swooping in, trying to reinforce this army that he has here. But there are a lot of Banelings there, and a lot of Zerglings, so I do believe that Hansin is about to get a face full of Banelings, and this tank is going to go down. 1 Baneling detonation going off. These Thors are soaking up a lot of the Baneling damage. 1 Thor does go down to it, but a lot of Marines here left to basically do what the Thor could not. So Hansin taking a lot of damage there, but able to micro his Marines down. Of course, there are a lot of Mutalisks here. These Mutalisks will probably be able to focus fire this Thor down if CheckPrime does choose to focus fire, but we're not seeing that. This Thor is just able to pound into them. We actually see Hansin pick up his... Did he just pick up his Thor? Oh, there we go. Yes, he did pick up his Thor. Once again, pulling it back. Not a good idea. This medevac is not really feeling so hot. These Mutalisks might be able to snipe it. Yes, the Mutalisks do snipe it, killing that Thor as it falls to the ground. There are just not that many. There are not enough Marines right here to deal with these Mutalisks, and we do see the reinforcing Zerglings able to mop up what was left of that force. And I don't know why these SCVs are out here, maybe choosing to wanting to build some bunkers out in the middle of no man's land. But this 1 Marine is going to go ahead and totally get owned. There we go. And Hansin really not in a good position right now. Army-wise, we are going to see CheckPrime ahead by about 20 count. And CheckPrime is way ahead as far as income goes. Not necessarily in the drone count. There he is, plus 13, but he's just gobbling up these rich mineral fields and bringing on another expansion online. Of course, he has not chosen to repopulate this expansion here. So the CheckPrime army just kind of sitting there hanging out, waiting, just kind of biding his time, because as he chooses to wait, the longer he waits, the better things are going to get for him. Although we do see Hansin utilizing the mules right here. This is only going to be a temporary fix for the lack of income that he has. And of course, we have this planetary fortress chewing on this destructible breeze. And okay, CheckPrime felt like helping a brother out and chose to put these Banelings on the destructible breeze. So helping him out, I don't know if that was intentional or not. But of course, we do see Hansin moving out once again. I'm not sure if he did. Did he scout that? Upgrade. No, but he does actually see the creep hanging around that. So if Hansin chose to, he could double back and go ahead and take that out. But a couple of Marines getting left out there in the open. We see the deployment of the tank on the ramp. So we're going to see a couple of shells land on these Zerg forces before they're able to do anything. But Hansin backing up, too afraid of those Banelings, allowing these tanks to be surrounded and allow them to be taken out. Of course, that Thor was soaking up a lot of that damage as well. And Thor does have one attack upgrade. Look at the production time. We're not really seeing much in the way of upgrades coming online now. We are seeing some Thor, and 1 Thor finishing and another Thor halfway through. Oh, look, see, I think the cat chewed my mouse, and, my mouse does not want to work right now. But we do see the Mutalisk going ahead and focus firing the Thor while he's going ahead and being surrounded by those Zerglings. So, great use of it there. And, oh, wait, good thing I have a second mouse plugged in so I can go ahead and keep going. So these Zerglings desperately trying to get into this middle line here. Just too many of them trying to force into that one little crease. And we have Hansin's army in retreat trying to save his base, but it is too little too late. All of those SCVs were totally cold, and there are no medevacs to help these Marines out. Hansin is just not in a good position, though he does have somewhat of an army. Half of it is in the red right now. So, Hansin not really feeling so great. And we do have one Thor here, and with 89 HP, so Hansin has a mockery of an army, and one Thor hanging out in the main base. Not so sure about that. I guess he's gotten reports and seeing how things are going so far for Hansin. So CheckPrime really able to keep the pressure up on Hansin. Hansin just, I don't know how Hansin is really going to come out of this. Let's go and look at the income tab. Hansin utilizing the high yield minerals and the mules, but he is almost 20 harvesters down. So although he is getting burst income, CheckPrime really in the green right now. As always, he's keeping a nice control of the field. Of course, we do see a distance mining of this high yield minerals. This high yield is almost back online. So we are going to see CheckPrime really kind of sitting pretty, and it looks like the two armies are going to face off. Once again, we have two Thors, both of them really in good shape. One Thor was actually healed by those SUVs back there, but there are so many roaches here right now. Those roaches are going to focus fire one Thor down, focus fire the second Thor down, as it actually does not get that, as it was picked up and placed behind the Marines. Great micro here by Hansin, but is it going to be enough? It actually appears to be so. These roaches are retreating back to the new fodder squad, amassing here as these Zerglings are brought to life and scanning. They're trying to kill this creep highway. This one medevac trying desperately to heal all of her friends there on the ground, but these Marines are really in danger right now as that one Zergling kind of hooked onto that one Marine. And CheckPrime is going to be moving up once again, getting up way close into this tank's face. All these roaches able to focus. Oh, almost got that Thor, but that Thor was whisked away so close by that medevac. The only surviving unit of that army. Of course, none of these units can fire up into the air, so this medevac is safe, as well as that Thor being safe. So these Marines running back behind this line that Hansin has decided to create. I like that, especially going up against all of those Zerglings. So dropping the Thor back on the ground with the one SCV coming out, lumbering out there, trying to repair it. It's going to take a long time for that one SCV to repair that Thor. So that Thor is not feeling so great. And we are seeing more Banelings coming on for CheckPrime. So CheckPrime in a really good position right now. Let's go and look at the army tab. He is ahead in the army count. So really, CheckPrime, if he chooses to push now, I don't see what Hansin can do about it. We do have a tank up here in a good position. I mean, that one tank does able to splat some of the Zerglings there. And this Thor is still focus firing down that debris, not knowing what hit him. He is killed before he's actually able to shoot at any of these Zerg forces there. This tank is going to be sniped by these roaches. So Hansin choosing not to pay attention there, I guess, and just thought that Thor would turn around and attack the enemy units of his own flourishing. Of course, that's what you would think, but he was a good soldier and stayed and did what he was told. Now we have roaches up in Hansin's base, and Hansin really does not have anything online right now to do anything. Hansin is basically out in the wind. This tank is coming online, killing a few of those roaches. Really not feeling so great. This one roach, will it be enough? No, it won't. So all those roaches going down to this tank. This tank is a boss with 5 kills, but there are a lot of Zerglings coming up into this base. Those Marines, and just more Zerglings pouring in, knocking that tank offline, and another just senseless kill as these turrets are falling prey to these Zerglings. These are a lot of Zerglings in Hansin's base, and Hansin's going to be bringing a couple of units back, but I'm not sure there's going to be enough. These guys are going to just come out and basically die immediately, and we do see them all go down. So Hansin choosing to kind of migrate his base over to his high yield, but there's really not that much left of the high yield. The only thing here worth knowing is that planetary fortress, but the planetary fortress cannot do anything by itself. So, of course, we do see this orbital command coming down. Don't know what he is going to do about that. Right now, Hansin's economy is a joke with 7 harvesters online, averaging 100 minerals a minute. So Hansin is on he is on life support right now. Hansin got to give him props for staying in the game, trying to fight it out, but he does not have anything going for him right now, as CheckPrime has a fully happy mineral line right there. And he's got more Mutalisks sitting on there, so CheckPrime right now not even really engaging his entire army against Hansin. Hansin, being the tough SOB that he is, just refusing to quit. So CheckPrime massing his army up here, bringing the Mutalisks up. Will this be the end? I don't think Hansin will be able to survive past this with 2 missile turrets. These SCVs are going to go down. That mule is really not feeling so great. We see another SCV go down with another one. This mule coming out here, eating a face full of glaive. And there are a couple Marines running up here, trying desperately to ward off these Mutalisks. The Mutalisks just not taking no for an answer. And Hansin desperately trying to hold on by a thread. CheckPrime just not able to feel enough. Oh, but there we go. Hansin throwing in the towel. So Hansin finally coming to terms with his demise, as CheckPrime once again was able to really just keep Hansin constantly on the back pedal. Hansin not able to come up with something, come up with an answer to CheckPrime's army, as we saw the great utilization of the roaches and their new range and a great Mutalisk harass. These Mutalisks really played a huge part in doing an early pillaging of this mineral line, as we didn't actually get to see it, but he killed all of those SCVs there, keeping Hansin's economy really just suppressed. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This will probably be the last one today. I'm going to have to drink some more tea to keep me going, because I am pretty tired as of now. So, as always, citizens, stay safe.